for theory part. Okay. So we are going to be looking at draw IO. So why I want to be using draw IO is as well so that you will know, or you can also know how to start. So you can learn how to start using, how to use, how to use draw IO in your documentation or your architectural drawing. Draw IO. Right. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen so that you guys will see. Okay, do confirm you can see my screen too.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So the concept I'm going to be laying, the foundation I'm going to be laying down today, right, complies for any cloud provider at all you can think of, right, both Azure, GCP, AWS. But the demonstration will be happening at the AWS environment. But please, I beg of you, please listen very carefully so that you can understand the concept behind this whole thing. If you get it very clear. So before I start, I would like to first of all talk about okay, let me reshare my screen. I will reshare my screen. Okay. All right. So confirm you can see my screen again.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
I
can.
see your
Yes, we
screen.
can.
Okay. So before we talk about the cloud networking and all that, I want us to like refresh ourselves on the side of oh, it's board. I want us to refresh ourselves on the side of enterprise network. All right. An enterprise network first before we can look at understanding basic concept of the cloud networking. Okay. So I believe that by now many of us know how to set up their local network at home, right? So if you don't know how to set up your local network, or possibly you cannot say you don't know how to do so because you have a Wi-Fi and you possibly will have a a phone that is network enabled, which you can use your phone to go online. You can use your phone to access internet, and possibly your phone is hotspot enabled as well, which means you can turn your phone to a network hub. Okay, so first of all, let us understand enterprise network. And then before we talk about the enterprise network, right? Enterprise network, we need to first of all look at understanding SOHO. SOHO, there is something called SOHO. All right. So SOHO, right? So look at Soho. We also look at enterprise network. All right. Soho is simple, stand for what? Small office, home, office, home office. Okay. Small office what? Small office what? Home office. Please don't think too much. Okay. So if you are tempted to think too much, just hit your head. All right. Just hit your head and then you breathe in, breathe out, and continue. Okay. But don't think too much. All right, so this class is simple, but just follow me so you can understand what I have for you. Please, like I always say, remove every form of distraction so that you can get the basic concept. If I'm able to achieve today's class, that we will do a practical setup, design our architecture, because if you're able to design your architecture, then that is I'll be happy today, all right? Every one of you able to design your architecture in your in the cloud and then host any application so far, I'll be happy. Okay. So the what we are going to be doing today is that let us first of all understand what Soho is all about, right? What is this? Okay. So let us understand what Soho is all about. So Soho stands for what? Small office, home office. All right. Small office, home office. So this is a simple example of you setting up a network in your environment. Let's say you have a network. So I will use this to denote a network. I'll use to denote a network. So we have like a network, right? So in your network, right, you have a small, who is this? X virus, please. Don't dent my screen, please. We have a small office, right? And then in my small office, you can buy MiFi, MiFi, right? A MiFi is a small router which is connected to the ISP, right? Through the SIM card, you subscribe to the SIM card, so the ISP gave you internet, right? So with this internet, everybody can go to the internet. So between this place and the ISP side, all right, the ISP side is what? The ISP side is the internet. While you side, this side is what? Local. Is there any confusion on this? Is there any confusion on this? Please respond. Is there any confusion on this?
Please.
No.
All right.
No,
So like I said, we have MiFi. This is your MiFi. You go and buy MiFi. It can be your Wi-Fi. It can be your hotspot or whatever. So you have your MiFi. So from your MiFi, all right, you on your hotspot or whatever. So on your hotspot, your laptop was able to see internet, smartphones were able to see internet, was able to connect, even your printer as well. Your printer was able to connect to this whole thing. So this particular place now, you have your Wi-Fi, even your smart TVs were able to go to internet, right? Because everything is connected. And here, you can just slot in small memory card and use it. I mean, small a SIM card and load data and use it to go to internet. All right. So like I said, here you use the public here is because it's a local environment. This is a local network. So you are the one by default, when you on this thing, you will see that if you check the IP addresses of these things, you see that you are having what? You are having a private IP address. Okay. You're having a private IP address. And when you check this side, you will see that you're having what? You're having a public IP address. Public IP address. So what does this mean? It means that when you are on a network, private or local network or private network, all right? So you are making use of private IP addresses. But when you are going out of the internet, you are going out of your local host, you are having what? A public IP address. So every one of here, you are purchasing you purchased a data and they are giving you a public IP address here. All right. So this public IP address is what people are going to be using to know you worldwide. Wherever you go in the world, they will trace you to know where you are coming from because there is an IP address that you are making use of, right? By which was given to you by your ISP, which is like MTN in this case. Okay. So this is what we call what? This is what we call SOHO. Okay. You can use it to do anything you want to do within the environment. Okay, so now this is SOHO. So what I want you to understand is the IP address here, the IP address usage. So the IP address, the private IP address is used to design local network, while public IP address is a licensed IP address, like licensed IP address, which was given by INA, right? By INA through what the ISP, right? It was given by INA through the ISP. So you are indirectly paying INA. You are indirectly paying INA through what? Through MTN, right? So MTN is like a retailer that retails what? The public IP address. That's why they call it airtime. Airtime. All right. So the duration, all right, the duration that you subscribe, when once it elapses, they will take back their IP address, and then you will not have access to internet anymore. Okay. So now this is what we call the SOHO. Whenever you go, this is the standard name. Wherever you go, talk about SOHO. SOHO means small office, what? Home office. Can we all say SOHO?
Soho.
Oh,
Yes, SOHO.
Soho.
All right, now let us go see. This is how we design. Now, in this case, if you want security, if you want to implement security in this type of network, so what do we do? All right. So in this case, security is being done at individual systems. All right. Security is being done in each individual system. Like you have to install antivirus software here, antivirus software here, antivirus software here, antivirus software in each of these systems, right? So as to make sure you protect the system, or possibly if it's you can see there is no much security in here to protect the environment. Now there are limited things you can do here. All right, there are limited things you can do here. Literally, there are limited things you can do here, right? But this is a very small network. All right, so this network can be defined to be a PAN, right? PAN, like a personal area network, or it can also be known as what? A LAN, which is what? A local area network. All right, now let us look at the enterprise network. So enterprise network is a little bit advanced compared to the SOHO. Now, when you talk about enterprise network, enterprise is by the name enterprise, you understand? So as you see this as a company's what resources, right? Like an investment by a particular company. Please, nobody should draw on my screen. Please, nobody should draw on my screen. I want the light to verse. Okay, so we have SOHO. We have already talked about SOHO. Now let us look at what enterprise. We are in the business world now. So how do this thing goes? Now, as a network engineer, right, you are working in an organization, right? So in an organization, we have what we have different departments, right? We have different departments. You can have the IT department, all right? IT department, right? We will have finance department, right? Department. We have the account department. We have the HR department. HR department. Right? We have the maybe we have the sales department, we have the marketing department. So all this department, right? There are people in each of this department. True of us? Are there human beings in this department?
True.
Yes, they are.
Yes, yes.
So these are marketing department. So we now say in this particular place that we have like today, we have like 5 IT engineers here. We have like 10 financial engineers. I mean financial, what would I call them? Accountants or financial experts here. Then for accountants, we have like 3 of them, right? Then we have HR department. We have like what? 10. Then sales, we have like, let's say we have like 20 because sales are always big. Marketing, we have like, let's say 15. Okay. Now, when you look at this now, we now said the company look at this people and say, oh, wow, that we need to provide laptop because by now you understand that everybody is now on mobile, right? Everybody needs to be on mobile because no more use of what desktop. It's old company that use desktop this time, right? Everybody is now using what? A laptop. True of us. Right? True of us.
True.
Good. So in this case now, we are going to, the company is going to buy laptop for all these people. So they are going to buy for IT. How many laptops are they going to buy for these people? How many laptops?
5.
5.
Yes. We are going to buy 5 laptops for these people. This one, you're going to buy 10 laptops for them. Then this one's 3. Accounting is 3. HR is 3. HR is 10.
10.
Sales and all that. Okay. Now, when you have already gotten this whole thing, right? Possibly, we need to have access. We need to provide internet for them to really work on their own, right? Because we have different rooms for each of these departments, right? So we have IT room, right? Then we have what? After IT rooms, after the IT room, we have the HR, we have the sales, sorry, we have the IT room, right? We have the IT room. After the IT room, we have the finance room. After the finance room, we have the
Accounting.
HR department.
accounting,
Accounting.
have the HR,
Accounting.
we have
HR.
the HR, we have
Sales,
the sales,
Sales.
and then we
marketing.
have the
Marketing.
marketing. We have the marketing. Okay. I believe that every one of you is following me, right? Are you
Yes.
following
Sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Perfect. So now that we have all those things, right? Remember that all of them need to have access to internet because IT guys need to do online studies now. They need to take online courses. They need to buy IT things and relate it so that people will be working using their laptop and everything, right? All the softwares that are meant to be used online, they need to pay for it. They need to do their subscription and all that. So definitely they will need what? Internet. True of us.
True.
What about
True.
finance?
True.
Finance need to what? Finance need to connect with other banks, make payment, maybe do some for some
Purchasing.
legal documentation and all those things. But definitely they need what? Internet. The same thing for accounting. Do accounting need internet? Do
Yes,
accounting need
they
internet?
do. They need.
Yes, they need internet, right? Because some of the softwares they may need, right, to coordinate with other departments. They need something like some accounting or some payroll stuff for that. They need internet.
Big.
HR, they need internet, right? Because they need to soft for employees. They need to soft for,
Recruitment.
they need to recruit people online. They need to go to LinkedIn. So definitely they need internet. Sales, do they need internet? Wow,
Very
yes.
well.
Yes.
They need
Very
internet
well.
because
Yes,
they
they
need
need.
next
So
sales.
advert.
So generate
Good.
lead or no?
Exactly.
Advert.
So they need internet. Marketing, what about them? Wow. They
They
need
need
internet
internet.
to market the
They need.
company's stuff. You see that every need what? Need internet.
Internet.
So in this case, what the IT guys have seen that they all need internet. So the IT will now say, okay, what are we going to do? They will now be able to go to ISP. They will purchase, in this case now we have what? We have the ISP. All right, ISP now we have is MTN. Or let us not use MTN. Let us use an advanced people like Fiber One. Let's use fiber one. I'm not marketing them, but if you want to patronize them, you can go and patronize them. All right. So when we get these things, now before all these people need to connect to internet, because of what we said, we need to have what? We need to have a switch, right? We need to have a switch. Now listen. We have different switches for all these departments. Okay. Now look at this. We have different switches. Now, like I said, we have switches of 12, 24 ports, right? 24 ports, 24 port, 24 port, 24 port. Okay. Like how many switches do we have here now for all this? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are going to have switches, all right? So this one is going to connect for these people, right? This one connecting to these people. 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 Why do we have switches, different switches for different departments? You can tell me. Why do we have different switches to coordinate different departments? Or are we going to buy one switch for all the departments?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, listen. Remember that I told you that time, what does switch do in this case? What do switch do? Who can tell me what switch do for us? If you have one big switch, like 48 ports, 48 ports, 48 port switch, all right? 48, which means that everybody will be connected, okay? Everybody will be connected. Now that everybody is connected, right? Do you know that since everybody is connected, which means that they are inside what we call what? One broadcast what? Domain. I said they are inside what we call what? One
broadcast domain.
One broadcast domain. Please, can we all hold our hands to hold our hand? All right. Can we monitor how we use our system, please? Don't be touching your screen. You are denting my screen, please.
Okay, danger.
Okay. Okay, see, so now we have seen that all of us are all connected to the switch, right? Now, see the disadvantages. Disadvantage one is that this will have what we call there's no segregation, right? There's no security, there's no segregation, there's no privacy here, right? Everybody is connected. So in this case, there's no segregation, there's no isolation, right? Segmentation. Yes. There's no segmentation. So everybody is all connected to one big switch. So if attack comes to this switch now, it will affect everybody's system. If virus enter this switch now, it will spread across everybody. I don't know if you get me. Yeah. I don't know if you get me.
Yes,
it will definitely spread through and affect the system, right?
Yes, sir.
What are we going to do now to avoid this particular danger? That is number one. Secondly, is that we are talking about virus. Second is that somebody here, maybe we don't trust people here. This is a HR. IT guys, we don't always trust them, right? Because they may say, yes, we are good. For me, I'm good. Don't worry about, I'm good. So, but other guys don't really know other people, right? Because definitely somebody may enter here now, do ethical hacking. He know how to hack, but he will not tell people that he is an expert in ethical hacking. He may go here and try to hack what? Hack the HR department. If you hack the HR department, he can go there and increase his salary. Increase his salary, right? He can even hack the HR department and also invite somebody for an interview, okay? Or even give somebody an offer letter, okay? So what about the sales? They can also hack the sales, all right, to tamper their monthly sales and all that. They can also hack the finance to steal the money of the company. Do you understand? So there are possibility that we need segregation and we need to give account of what is actually happening in each of these departments. Are we following me?
Yes, sir.
In this case, once centralization when it comes to switch does not make way. Are you hearing me now? Do this fly? Do this fly based on all of what I've just said? Do this fly?
Yeah, you're making sense.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
okay, it doesn't fly, right? So what we are going to do is that we need to have what? We need to have a kind of what? Separation of concern. So for this people IT, we need to have what? One switch for them. Okay? All the guys here will all be connected here. We don't need stories. Okay? So what about these people here? We buy another switch for them, right? And connect them. Okay? Are you following me? So
Yes.
Yeah.
here. What about these people? We buy another switch for them. Okay? Buy another switch here for them. And what about these people here? We also have to go and buy another switch for them. Follow me. I know some people are thinking now, is it not too expensive for all these people?
Buy another one for
We
them.
buy another one. So what about these people? We also go and buy another one. Okay? So how many switches now do we have?
6.
Now, the Cisco switch of 24 ports is around like 250,000 naira, right? 250K. So 250K times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? How much?
1.3.
1.5 million. So 1.5 million we need, right? Is that not it?
Yes.
Yeah.
500, 500, 500. So we need 1.5 million to buy all these things. What about if the company do not have up to that money? It becomes a problem. Okay? It becomes what? It becomes a problem. So do we need all these switches? Yeah. Another way to that is that we can buy that is so called what? Managed switch and on managed switch. Can we say managed switch and unmanaged switch?
Managed
Managed
switch and
switch and
unmanaged
unmanaged
switch.
And unmanaged.
Unmanaged switch is a switch you don't need to manage. It's a plug and play. You buy it, you plug it, you connect it, it should just start working. But managed switch is the switch that you can configure. You can buy it, you log inside, and then you configure, write some script to configure it, okay? So the switch will now start behaving the way you want it. Do we understand now? Okay? That's what we call what? Managed switch. I repeat, managed switch are the switches you can buy. When you purchase them, you can do what? You can configure them. These are bigger switches, all right? Enterprise switches, like Cisco switches. Okay? Cisco switches are managed switches. There are some of these small switches you can buy in the market that are plug and play. Okay? You don't need to log into them and configure them. They are called unmanaged switch. Are we there?
Yes.
Good. Now, all these unmanaged switches, right? You can buy them. They are very cheap. But when it comes to managed switch, those managed switch, you can implement a lot of things inside the managed switch. All right? You can implement security. You can implement isolation. That is what we call segmentation or separation, all right? So we can segmentation. Yes, we call it segmentation. So now, for an enterprise solution, we need to buy managed switch. But do we need to buy managed switch for all these people? So let us count. How many people do we have here? We have 15 here, right? We have 15 here. We have 20 here, becomes 32, 35. We have this here, becomes what? 40 what? 40 what? 45, right?
63.
We have this, we have 10 here, and we have 5 here. So total, we have how many switches?
63.
Okay, 63 switches we have. So definitely, we don't need to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we do is that we need to buy 2 switches. We need to buy 2 switches. Okay? 2 switches of 2 switches, right? 48 ports. 48 ports. And it gives us how many? 90-something port, right?
96.
Now, when you bring two switches together, when you bring two switches together and you join them together, all right, it becomes what? One big logical switch. It becomes what?
One big logical switch.
One big logical switch. Right? It becomes a one single big what? Switch. Okay? So now, what we do, there is something we call VLAN. Can we say VLAN?
VLAN.
How many of you have heard the word VLAN? How many of you have heard about VLAN? All right. VLAN, this V stands for what? Virtual. Virtual local area network. Okay, that's what we call virtual. Virtual means that you are not seeing it. It's existing, but you are not seeing it. Okay, now how do we work with VLAN? VLAN is that we can configure manage switch. That managed switch you purchased, you can configure it to become what? You can configure it to have virtual switches inside. Okay, you can configure to have what? Virtual switches inside. Okay, so in this place now, we have configured, we can configure VLAN. We can call this one VLAN 1, VLAN 10. VLAN 10 is a separate LAN on its own. For who? For IT department. We can configure another VLAN, all right, for who? For finance department. Are we seeing it?
Yeah.
We can configure another VLAN, which is VLAN, maybe say this is VLAN 10, VLAN 20. You can configure this VLAN 30 for who? For account department. We can configure VLAN
40.
VLAN 40 for who? For HR department.
HR department.
And we can configure VLAN 50 for sales department. And we can configure VLAN VLAN 60 for what? For marketing department. Are we getting the whole thing? So now this helps us to what? Eliminate what? The idea of buying multiple physical switch for everybody. Okay? So how many people do we have here? We have 5 people, right? We will assign 5 ports. 5 ports to this VLAN. Okay? We assign 5 ports to this VLAN. Okay? How many people do we have here? 10, right? We assign 10 ports. Out of that 90-something ports for the whole, we assign 10 ports to this VLAN, okay? 10 ports. What about this one? We assign 3 ports to this VLAN. What about this one? 10. We assign 10 ports here. What about this one? 20. We assign 20 ports. What about this one? 15. We assign 15 ports. So that means anybody that connects. So when we go to each of the port of the switch, okay? Those ports that have been assigned, we now have to be able to label them. Okay, we do what? We label them. We label what? Each port. We say this port belongs to what? IT department. Are you seeing it? This port belongs to IT department. We sign them, attach them, so that when you come here to connect to this port, you know that this port belongs to IT department. Are you following me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Are you following me? Then when you
Yes,
come
sir.
to, when you are done with IT department, you will come to what? The finance department. You will now say, okay, for finance department, this is the port we have. All this port belongs to what? Finance department. So that somebody from IT cannot pick the port here and plug to this, all right? So we can see how we're able to separate the consigns now. In this, we have already divided. So because of this VLAN, we have this isolation. We have this segmentation, okay? That nobody, even though they are connecting to this one big switch, but with the help of what? VLAN, they cannot talk to themselves. Are we following?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are we following?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good,
Yes.
good, good. So now this is how we were able to what? We're able to implement, this is technical way we can be able to implement what? Security from network level, from the switch level, okay? From where? From the switch level. Okay, we are coming small. All right. So now we have gotten to know that these finance people, we have seen, let's assume that we have the big switch now. Okay. We have done our internal configuration, the two big switch we have gotten, we have already integrated them together, and everybody have connected respectively to their respective department. Okay. We assume that that have been done already. So everybody have connected to their respective department. Okay. So let's assume that we have done those things. Now, in this case, we also have one other port, one single port that will connect to a router. Okay. What does a router do? A router is actually a device that join multiple networks together. So how many networks do we have here now, everyone? How many networks do we have here?
Two.
Two network. Why did you say it's two network? Please be fast.
Two VLAN. Two VLAN.
Two VLAN.
Switches.
Two switches, because you have two switches. Oh, is it because you have two switches that make it two VLAN? Who else?
One.
It's just two switches.
Someone say,
One VLAN.
We have one.
which VLAN did I say this one is? VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, VLAN 50, VLAN 60. Okay, how many VLANs do we have here?
Six.
What is VLAN?
Not six.
What is VLAN?
Virtual local
Virtual
area network.
Is it because I say because this thing is virtual, you are not counting it as a local area network? The baby you are carrying in your tummy, is the world seeing it?
No.
Seeing the baby. Is it not virtual? But is it not
Yeah.
human being?
Unseen.
Good. That's how it is. So you have physical switch here, two physical switch. But we are saying that we are bundled it together as one switch.
Yes.
Okay.
It's now one switch. But that doesn't mean that it's a one network. It's not one network. But rather, with the help of the VLAN, we have what? We have segmented this network. So we have what? VLAN 10, which is a separate network, network 1. VLAN 20, network 2. VLAN this, network 3. VLAN this, network 4. VLAN this, network 5. And VLAN this, network 6. How many network do we have now?
Six.
Six network. 6 network. So every department are on their own. Every department are on what?
On their own.
On their own. Thank you.
Hmm.
So in this case, we'll not go and give them IP address. So we give these people now maybe 192.168.10.0/24. Okay. Now these people give them what? 192.168.20.0/24. Okay. These people 192.168. Dot what? .30.0/24. This one 192.168. Dot what? .40.0/24. This one 192.168.50.0/24. And this one 192.168. Dot what? .60.0/24. We have solved their problem. So everybody on this network will be using what? .this, because remember, this is constant, right? This is constant.
Yes.
Is that not true?
Also,
This one is also constant. Are they the same? Are they the same? Are they the same network now? You can
No.
see they are not the same. So this is constant, and this one is also what? Constant.
Constant.
This is constant. This is constant. So this one is the one varying. Okay, varying. So any host that should be here. So IT people are 192.168.10. Finance department is what? 192.168.20. Accounting is .30. HR is what? .40.
.40.
Sales is what? .50.
.50.
And what? And the marketing is what?
.60.
60.
Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we have achieved this thing. Everybody is now communicating. Okay. Now we may say, okay, this thing will go and say, let us buy. We'll buy maybe 1 printers for every department, so that they will not have any delay in printing. Okay. Maybe we check who are the people needing printers here. Finance department, we need printer, right? We'll get 1 printer for them. Accounting, we need. HR, we need. Sales, we need. Marketing, we need. Maybe IT guys do not need printer, right? Forget about it. And then let them not use printer. Now, for this thing to have internet, what do? We have to buy a router, right? Now, in some case, okay, now look at this. After we have done this, right? Remember that we have already implemented security, right? Sorry, we have implemented segregation. Now, nobody can talk finance, or finance cannot go to IT department. It cannot communicate with any device on IT department, okay? The same with what? IT cannot go to finance. Are you hearing me? Because what?
Yes.
Because there is no what? There is no router here. Remember the job of the router. A router is a device that connects multiple networks what? Together, okay? A router is like a device or a junction that join 2 junctions together, like a T-junction or 3-tier junction or 4-tier junction, right? It's like a junction that connects multiple what? Multiple network together. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
So now what we do is that we connect a router to this, so that, and configure inside this router, we will configure that these networks can talk to themselves. Okay? This network can talk to themselves. Now, how will the connection go? Look at this. If somebody here wants to communicate with somebody here, how will the connection go? The person will send information. It will go to the switch, okay? When it reaches the switch, it will go to the router and ask the router, I am coming from what? 192.168.10. I am coming from where? I'm coming from where?
192.968.10.
Good. I'm coming from 192.168.10. I am going to where?
192.168.60.
.60. Thank you. Now, the router, inside the router, there is something we call what? Routing table. Can we say route table?
Route
Route table.
Can we say route table?
Route
Route
table.
table.
How many of you have traveled out before? That when you go to reach the airport, there's a big table that is like this thing blinking, showing what? Departure, arrival, departure, arrival, departure, arrival, time, location, airplane number,
Yeah.
departure,
Yeah.
arrival, airplane number, right? So, and even in the bus terminal, train section, you will see all those things, right? True or false?
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
That is what called the route table. Can we say route table?
Route table.
Route table.
Routing. It shows from where, if I want to go to from Nigeria, let's say I want to go from let's say Boston to New York. How do I locate? From there, if you get to here, you will see the next train going to Boston. You now say, okay, it's going to arrive in 10 hours or in 5 hours or in 2 hours, right? You have to wait. Is that not true? So because you are watching here, so every router has what we call what? Routing table. Every router have what we call what? Routing table. What does routing table mean? It tells us how to get to any what? Any destination.
Department.
Okay. It tells us what? How to get to a destination. So this router, we know information about what? This network. 192.168.10. He knows about it. He knows about dot what? Dot 20, dot 30, dot 40, dot 50, dot 60. He knows about them. So this guy is going to dot 60. Do you think the router will tell him how to get to that location?
No.
No.
He knows already.
So the router will not tell him how to get to that location. Is that what you are saying?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, now you are telling me that when you get to that bus station route board, that if you'll be standing there looking at this point for 10 hours, still or 50 hours, you still have not gotten where you are going. Is that what you're saying?
The route table will tell.
Route table should give
The router will show you a
one
map. The
direction.
router will show you a map to your destination.
When it shows you a map to your destination, have you not done its work of telling you how to get to your destination?
Yes.
It has.
He has done it.
Or are you expecting him to come and back you
Drag
and take you
me.
to that location?
No.
No. You have to go.
No. When it shows you, okay, if you are going to this location, take this route. If you are going to this location, take this route. If you are going to this location, take this route. If you are going to this location, take this route. If you are going to this location, take this route. That is what the routing table does. So this young man is going where? He's going to this location. When he reaches the routing table, say, routing table, look at his information. And look at it and say, okay, this guy is coming from so place, which is the source address. And he's going to a particular location called what? Destination. So he will direct him how to reach that location. Are you there? That's the job of the router. Without the router, let's say the link is cut off. This link is cut off. You cannot. If you reach here, they will switch, you route you back. You go back because there is no router. Do we get it now?
Yes.
Do we get the job of a router now, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we have already known that there is a routing table. Bear that in mind. There is always a routing table. There's always a routing table. We are coming small, because all these things we are seeing we are going to see it in the cloud. Okay? Small. Now we have done with this thing. We have to still talk about what? The security. No, first is internet. Because definitely the route may say, okay, somebody wants to get to a particular network that is not in this location. Okay? The network the person wants to reach is not here. It's not within the enterprise network. Okay? Because remember that from here, okay, let me put here. From here, are you following me? All these things is the what? The enterprise. Network. Are you following me? I said from all these places, what? The enterprise what? Network. Are we here?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now the enterprise want to bring what? Bring a deploy have internet. Okay, so you contact the ISP. Let's say this time fiber one, right? We say it's going to be fiber one we are going to be using. So fiber one will come and they will bring what we'll call what? Modem. A modem. The modem will be connected to the router, okay? And the modem will be connected to the ISP router. The ISP is that the internet, because ISP is always on the internet. Are we there? So
Yes,
here we can see that this is what the outside. This is what internal, and this is an internet. Okay, this was what internal or local, and this is what internet or external. So can we see it now? So the router joins two networks here. It joins how many networks here?
Two networks.
You see, some people just followed me because I just said two network.
Oh,
So how many network is the router joining here?
6 networks.
Somebody says 6 network. Is this ISP not one network?
It's one network.
And it's a standard network? Because the router always have what? Internet, an IP address here. A public IP address that the ISP gave them, right? Which they use to go outside the internet. Are you following?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is one network on its own. This is another network on its own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Are we there? So calculating how many network do we have here now?
7 network.
Do we agree that we have 7 network?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is there any confusion on the 7 network? Is there any confusion? Is there any confusion on the 7 network? I'm asking.
Understood, sir.
All right.
no confusion.
All right. So now we have these networks. What next do we need to do? So we have the ISP have given us their internet. Okay. So we now have external and what internal. So let's understand that because of where we are going. Now, in this case, we have achieved this. Then this time, permit me to delete this Soho. I'm going to delete this Soho because we are done with it. All right. So in this case, remember that the ISP, they have already given us their internet. So the ISP is no one connecting us to the big internet. So because they are also in the internet, the ISP. All right. So now when we accept this connection from the ISP, that is the modem. Okay. Then the modem is actually the one bringing what? Please pay attention here. From the modem, we have what? The router. Okay. So modem is number 1 device. Modem is number 1 what? Device. Where is the position of the modem? Place it in your brain. Place the position of this modem in your brain. Modem is the one bringing internet in to the router. Router is the one connecting the two networks together, internet and what? Local, right? The router is the one. And the router is also the one joining multiple departments what? Together. Okay? Now, but before the router, I will take time to explain this thing because if I enter into practical side, I may not go deeper to explain all those things I'm explaining now. Okay? So that's why I say you should pay attention. Before I join the router, I've already placed the router, but I just want to add something. Before I join the router, okay, we will have what we call what? Firewall. Now we have 2 types of firewall. We can have internal firewall. Okay? Or we have external firewall. Okay? Internal firewall and what? External what?
Not fire.
Firewall. So this is firewall. We denote it by this. So what's the job of the firewall? The firewall is to filter or
Filter.
allow or block or traffic movement. So between it, we have what? A router. So here we have the modem. This modem connects to the firewall. From the firewall, we reach the router. This is used to protect what?
Okay, security.
Protect what?
Purpose.
Outsiders traffic. This is used to protect what?
Outside
Outside
traffic.
traffic.
Outsiders traffic. Please always pay attention. Know the locations. What about this one? It's used to protect what?
Insider.
Insider.
Insider
Internal.
traffic. Because every person need to go to, they need to do what? Go through the router. The router will tell them how to get to the network, all right? So if IT department is trying to go to HR department, but at the firewall level, we block them from reaching HR. When they try to reach, they are blocked here. They can't go, okay? But if they are allowed, they go to the router. The router will tell them how to reach there. Do you get it now? But if the internal firewall do not allow them, they can't go anywhere. Do we now know why we need the firewall inside? Do we know the reason why we need this now?
Or security.
Internal security. So police how people move about. Police how people move about. Okay, internally. Even we can also police them how they go outside. Some websites we don't need them to go to. We do what? We block them at this level. Are we there? Are we there?
Yes,
Facebook, for example, Facebook should be blocked from 5 a.m. in the morning down to what? 5 a.m. in the evening. Let me know when you will now wait. If everybody's going home, you now wait to do Facebook with the internet network this thing. Or download videos online. Because there are people that when you leave them, they will go to what? Pirate Bay, because that's my favorite back then. Pirate Bay, they'll go and download. Because if you go to Pirate Bay, you download that resolution, video resolution, any resolution you want at all, you can download. Is that not true? For those that know Pirate Bay, you can, if it's a 4,000 screen resolution, you can download it. Right? There's one I downloaded the other time. That same resolution they use in Cinema, I downloaded it from this place using the company's network, like 1 gig per second. 1 gig per second. Within short time, I've downloaded like 100 and something gigabytes of one single video. The resolution is powerful. You see. So you know how many gig that just lost in this? Because I'm actually in an ISP network. That's why I did this, so no problem. But don't try this in your enterprise network, or when you analyze it, they fire you. All right. So now we have seen this. So this is where we position our modem, right? This is modem, right? So modem is now, this is a firewall, external, this is a router, this is the internal firewall. Okay? Are we seeing the positioning now?
Yes.
Are we seeing it now? Good. Then our modem will now be connected to the ISP. This is ISP. ISP. So this is a typical example of an enterprise network. An enterprise network. This is a typical example of what? An enterprise network. Do we get it? All right. Now, before I move into the practical section, before we start analyzing some of the components that we'll be making use of in this class, right? Now, first I said we have the ISP. The ISP helps us to what? Bring internet, right? That's the ISP. Followed by the modem. The ISP need to give us modem. This is the device that the ISP we buy from the ISP. Okay? We buy it from the ISP. They will give us, that's enabling us to recharge, load data so that we can stay on their monthly plan or whatever. After that, we need a firewall. Not the ISP, you need to give us this one, but rather we need to buy this one, all right, from the market, and then we configure it to block external, like hackers. We try to hack us, right? At this firewall level here, we block external traffic trying to infiltrate into our space. We block them. No external access to our network with the help of this firewall. Some people will be asking, don't you think that we have firewall enablement in this router? Yes, we have firewall enablement in this router, but it's better we use what? UTM, right? UTM type of router, right? Unified type of what? Of firewall. Like a standalone firewall is more powerful than a router that has this firewall feature. You know, a test of something and the main thing, they are not the same. Are we getting me? A test of something and the main thing, they are not the same. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. That is actually why we need the firewall, a dedicated firewall here to do the job. So we can buy a 40 gate firewall or Cisco ASA firewall or Palo Alto firewall or any firewall at all that we think is best for us or cheap. Okay, so this is how we will implement. Now we are going to now move into the cloud, so we can start analyzing each of those components and how they fit in to our cloud model. Okay, I will have to take a screenshot of this so that I can take it to another location so we can easily analyze it. All right, so I will stop sharing my screen and share another different screen.
Hello, Engineer Smart. Are you still talking?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So we have already, let me share my screen so we can literally see this. All right. Okay. So confirm you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir. You can see your
Good.
screen.
Now, number one is that there is something called what? VPC. Right? There's something called what? VPC. AWS VPC. So what is AWS VPC actually? What do we use AWS VPC for? So I'm going to open AWS documentation here because I always like to use AWS documentation to teach so that you guys will know how to use the AWS documentation from on time. So VPC stands for Virtual Private Network, Virtual Private Cloud, Virtual Private Cloud, VPC. Okay. So we have VPC in AWS. We call it what? Virtual Private Cloud. So when we talk about designing, okay, let's open this. This is a VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. So what does Virtual Private Cloud mean? And AWS VPC, okay, Virtual Private Cloud, where is it? Where is it? This is not giving me, okay. Virtual Private Cloud, what this stands for. It's just for you to understand what Virtual Private Cloud is all about. Okay, I'm going to do it with a private, it's a demo. With AWS, Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, VPC, you can launch AWS resources, right, in a logical, isolated virtual network that you have defined. Okay, now let me go to this stuff to show you. When we are drawing our architecture, when we are drawing the organizational architecture, remember, we try to do what? We try to draw something like this, right? We come up with something like this. All right, this is that architecture that I just drew, right? When I was explaining things. All right, you remember. Then the company's organization, the company's network in general, the company network is where I wrote enterprise network. Do you remember when I wrote enterprise network on top? Do we remember when I wrote enterprise network on top? And I used this thing to circle it. Okay. This is the enterprise what? Domain. The domain, enterprise domain. So in this regard, for us to, because you know that when you come to AWS, AWS is a public cloud. Are we there? I say it's what? A public cloud. It's not one person that uses AWS. We have a lot of companies that uses AWS. So how do these AWS, all right, separate different enterprise from other enterprises? Okay, how do they separate different enterprise network from other enterprise networks so that they will not collide? That's where we bring what we call, we bring what? VPC. Because we have a particular company called ABC, and we have another company called XYZ. So ABC and XYZ, why are they in the same AWS, but they cannot communicate with themselves, cannot even talk to themselves, and all those things? There are complete isolation between these two companies. And if you ask them, they say, we are heavy in AWS. They say, we are heavy in AWS. Why? It is with the help of what? VPC, Virtual Private what?
VPC.
Cloud.
No.
This is like you having your own cloud, having your own separate dedicated cloud where you can come and do anything you want to do. That is what we call what? Virtual Private Cloud. Remember that virtual is all, V is always what? Virtual. AWS is already a cloud, a cloud provider, right? But they are public cloud. They say inside this public cloud, which is like a very big giant cloud, as an enterprise, you can come here and create your own private cloud that is owned by only you, managed by you, okay? Deploy whatever you want to deploy inside it, so that another user can also come, create his own private cloud, deploy whatever he wants to deploy. So there is no means, in no means can they collide together. They cannot collide together. Are we there? They cannot interact together. These two different companies now that are using AWS, they cannot communicate together. Reason, because it's what? A private cloud. All right? So that's what we call virtual private cloud, VPC. So in this case now, we will try to do what? We try to create a virtual private cloud on AWS. But when we are creating a virtual private cloud, we need to define what? We need to define the company name. What's the company name? What's the name of the company? Or what is the
Enterprises network.
exact? That's what we call it, enterprise network. But in this case, we may give it some S. You can call it a cloud. Maybe somebody can give me one company name right now we can use. Who can give me one company name we can use?
Digital Witch Enterprises.
No, leave Digital Witch.
Smart cloud.
You say what?
Smart cloud.
No. Don't use me. Don't use anything relating to our Digital Witch. Use separate thing. I need something separate. Who can tell me?
Yeah. Love Digital Cloud.
All right. Okay, let's use Love Digital. Okay, so now when we talk about VPC, let us look at there are some component that comes with the VPC. Okay, now VPC, like we say, this virtual network closely resemble a traditional network that you can operate in your own data center with the benefit of using scalable infrastructure of AWS. So when you come to VPC, there is something called what? The VPC itself, you need to define. Okay, you need to particularly define a VPC. Okay, let us go to our this thing and then we'll have to create a VPC. Okay, here, let's create a VPC. Now, this is my, let me show you. If you go to Draw.io, right, for those that would like Draw.io, I like using Draw.io a lot. Now, if you come here, you will see that we have AWS. Let me bring this thing down so you can. Is this here? Let me remove this. Apply this. Now, if you check here, I can see we don't have. You see the symbols we have here. Have a general blah blah blah. All these things, right? If you want to add shape here, depending on the particular vendor you want to use, right? You can come to more shape. If you come to more shape, check on standard softwares. Come under softwares, under networking, right? Under networking, you now see what? AWS. You see this AWS, click on it, you see some AWS logo and all those things. AWS 3D. I'm not using this one. I'll check this one. AWS 2025. I'll check it and see all these things. I may like it. I may like to use it and all that. I may try this 2018, right? And see this one. Like, I'll check this one. If I like it, I'll use it. If I don't like it, I'll check that of 7. I'll check this one. Maybe I would like to use this one. Okay, I'll click on this one and then apply. If I apply it, you can see it all showed here. Okay, now if I come here, I will see under group. You can we use this now to segregate different concerns. Right now, I will also go and add that 18. I like adding 18 because I mix them together in my architectural drawing. So this is me teaching you now architectural drawing. Okay, I'm teaching now architectural drawing. So this is how we draw architecture. So pay attention very well. All right, Chini, please let me know when my time is due for a break. So this is now 18. I've added 18. So check the group again on the group this side. Yes, group. So this is AWS group dark, group light. So this is a group. We can use it to, you can see we have a lot of things here. Okay, now we have AWS VPC. AWS, this is VPC. Before there, we need to have a group called AWS Cloud. Okay, that's how I design my own. If you check my videos on LinkedIn, you can see how I do. I do design architecture before I start doing my video to make it look nice and look sweet. Okay, so because you need to design your architecture first. Because as a cloud engineer, you need to understand how to write, design, and architecture. I think we can all see my screen very well. Can we all see my screen very well?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you can see here, I have this architecture, right? And if I come here, this is other designs I can use to paint it. If I want to paint, add background color, or whatever I want to add, I can add it here.
Sorry,
So if
sir.
I don't
Zoom
want to make use of this thing, I can delete it. I can also bring other ones as well, right? Now let me go to a 17 and use 17 group. Yes, 17 group. This one I want to call it VPC. So this is a VPC. This is VPC. AWS Cloud. Let me check for AWS. This is AWS Cloud. I like using this one. Okay. So this is one I'm using for AWS Cloud to denote AWS Cloud. Why this thing is not expanding? Okay. So I'll expand it like this. Okay, this one is okay for what I want to use. So now this is our AWS Cloud, like AWS account. That's what I call this now, like our AWS account. You can see what I did now. Now, I want to bring up our VPC. Here, if you can scroll down, you can see what they will say. This is our availability zone. This is our region. This one is this. And this one is this. This one is this. This one is VPC. Can you see VPC? I bring it like this. I can give it another different color. I highlight it like this. I can bring another different color like this and give it another different color. Make it empty. This is empty, but make it this way. I can make this one to become a VPC.
Sorry,
Can you see?
sorry, Engineer Smarts. We are kind of lost.
Okay, this is just a diagram. Okay, this is you drawing something. We are not still. We are just drawing.
No,
the
I mean,
architecture.
how did you get here? What app is this?
This is draw.io. Draw.io. But don't do anything here. If you come here, you type draw.io. 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 Click enter. It will open something like this for you. Draw.io. You see people talking about it on YouTube. There are a lot of videos. If you just take 5 minutes, you go and watch one video on Draw.io for beginners, how to use it for draw architecture. If you see different architecture on AWS, let us search AWS architecture. All right, let me open another tab and search AWS architecture. AWS architecture 3-tier. Here, right? So if you check here and then look at the pictures, you will see that almost everything is done using what Draw.io. Can you see? Draw.io, 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 architecture. Are we seeing it? Are we seeing it, everybody? Are we seeing these
Yes.
architectures?
Yes,
So
sir.
all of them are doing draw by AWS. Let me also show you the ones that I drew for all the other people that are using this for their project. You can see there are different architecture here. This one is for this particular architecture. I can see different architectures. This one is for this one architecture. I can use it to draw architecture, okay, and use it to do some big things on the cloud. You can draw architecture like this and make it sweet like this, right? And it will be moving, make sweet, okay? You can also draw it and save it in your local computer, right? So while you are designing anything that is designable, you need to first of all draw the architecture, okay? You can see there's a video I did on VPN connectivity between AWS and Azure, right? This is architecture that I designed, right? People were wondering how come this architecture looks like this, so sweet and powerful, right? And after you have finished drawing the architecture, you now start deployment, implementation, okay? That makes you a good architecture engineer, a good engineer. Because before you can become a good engineer, you need to know how to draw this architecture. So that's actually what we are trying to draw now. We are trying to draw how this architecture in AWS. Do we get it now? Are we there? We are trying to draw the architecture in AWS and then we'll implement it. Okay? So that's actually what we're doing here. And I said that the tool we use in drawing the architecture is called what? Which tool do we use in drawing the architecture, everyone? Which tool do we use in drawing the architecture? Draw.io. And how do you make use of how do you make use of Draw.io? You go online, you type what? Draw.io. You Draw.io. It will open something like this for you. You go to the one, you will see app. Look at this. app.diagram.net. app.diagram.net. You click it, it will open the page, right? It will now walk you through the what? The creation of the account, the creation of the account for the first time. It will use your email address and synchronize with it, and then boom, open it. And it saves automatically as you are online. It's you saving automatically, right? So like this one now, if I finish this one, I want to save it. I will save it as something. I'll put the name here. You double click on this one, double click here, and it will change the name. I can double click here and change the name to what? AWS VPC architecture. Okay, and you save it, rename it. So I've renamed it to VPC architecture. And now it's saving. If you click here, it will save. Where location do you want to save it? Type, you say it's a Draw.io Excel file. Where do you want to save it? You can save it in Google Drive. You can save it in other locations, like you can save it in Google Drive. You can save it in OneDrive. You can save it in Dropbox, GitHub, GitLab, device, browser, download it, or in a different page. If I say I want to put it in my device, if I click device, I will locate the place I want to save it. It will take me, open a browser on my laptop, and I will locate where I want to save it. And I will be save it in that location. All right. So I think it's trying to open a dialog box. Yes, it's trying to open a dialog box. I need to wait for it. You can see it's trying to open a dialog box. So I have to specify the location I want to save it, and I will save it. After I've saved it, right, I can now open it later. Okay, I can save it location, and then I can send it to somebody else, after which I'm done with my design and everything. Right, so this is how we open the stuff and we'll start. Okay, now later you can go and rewatch this video so you can understand how to do this very well. Like I said, let me start from the VPC part again. From the, when you open it, you start from here, right? Like I was trying to use this, our design, the sketch that I did to draw the architecture. Number one is that I need to define the company's network, okay? The company's what? The company network. Now, let's say we are going to do that. We have to use something we call what? The AWS, this is AWS, is find the AWS what? AWS cloud. Okay, so let me just finish this particular thing so we can go for break. Because it's due, our break is due. Chini, I've gotten you, I've heard you. Are we there? All right, so we now have what?
Yes.
We now have what? A VPC, I mean, this thing, so we can click on VPC. So we have our VPC here, right? Then if you want, you can change the color. If you want, you can change the color. This is our VPC, you can see. So this is our VPC now. I can script it, I can design it anyhow I want it. I can move it anyhow I want it, right? I can move it anyhow I want it. So let me give this one color. The color is this. Let me also give this one color. The color is this. So we can also move it around. You can also group them the same way you know your Microsoft Word design. You can design it. You can highlight this one. You can also highlight this one, and you can group them together. You can see group. So both of them become one, right? You can see, you can move this one back, move it back, move back. It will say at the back of this one. You can highlight this one and then this one and group them together, right? I can say move this one backwards. This one now, I can make it back, move back. You can see it will have gone back to this one. You bring this one front, you see? So that's how you can literally work with this thing, all right? Anyhow you want to put it, you can put it. And you can equally change the line by coming to the line section. See the line, you can remove the line. Line have gone off. I can put line, I can change it to dotted lines. You can see it's now dotted lines, right? I can make the dotted line, I can make the dotted line thicker or lighter by increasing the size here, maybe to 5 or to 4. You can see the dotted line is bigger. So I can change the dotted line's color. All right, I can change the dotted line color. I can make it faint. I can make change the dotted line color and all those things. So this is actually how we use there. We work with this. Okay, let me reverse back to the dotted line 2. Okay, now we have already done with this thing. So the next thing we are going to do is that we need to talk about some other components in VPC, right? So what are those components that we are going to be looking at, right? In the VPC, when we are talking about VPC, there are a couple of components that we're going to be looking at. Let me open my notes pad to bring those components. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so here we have that VPC. After we have our VPC, right? That is number one thing we need to have, right? After VPC, we look for what? Number 2 is that thing that's going to stand as our router. I mean, our ISP modem that's going to bring internet, which is like a modem. We call it what? Internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway. After internet gateway, we are going to have another thing we call what? Route table. Route table. After route table, we are going to have another thing again. We call what? Like a switch, like our switch. We have to have something like a switch, right? But we call it what? Subnet. Okay, so this one is standing like a switch. Standing like our switch, right? Then we'll now talk about what? Firewall. Our firewall, we have 2 types of firewall. We have internal firewall and what? The external firewall. Then external firewall, let us start from external firewall. External firewall, our external firewall, we're going to call what? NACOS. Network access control list. Okay, call it NACOS. So it's called what? Network access control list. All right. So this is standing as a what? External. Right. Then we have number 5. We have internal that is going to protect individual. We can have it as external and also internal, depending. Then we have individual computers, right? Individual computers. So we can have these individual computers to be protected. So we use what called security group. Security group is like what? Like external firewall, external individual, but let's leave it as what? Individual internal firewall. As of now, at your level, call it internal firewall. Okay. Then after which we now have to do what? We now have to deploy a computer, right? Then we talk about Windows computer. Okay, Windows computer. Then Windows computer, then we now have to define number 7. We have to define how to access the computer, external and what? Internal. All right. So this is actually how we will do this. All right. So this is actually what we're going to do now. If we come back from our break, we'll look at creating. The first is to create what? To create our VPC, right? We create what? Internet gateway, that is bringing
Internet
internet
gateway.
to this VPC. Then we do what? A routing table. We now do what again? We do
Subnet switch.
subnet to create a switch, multiple network for our different departments. We now create what? We can create one firewall for external, or two, or one firewall external and one firewall internal. And we now create another one for securing each device, each computer. Then we now create a Windows computer. And then we now define how to access the computer, both internally and externally. And number 7, number 8, we now log into the computer. Number 8, we now log in to the computer. Okay, so we now log into the computer. That should be number 8.
9.
Or number
9.
8. Okay.
Number 9.
Oh, okay. So that is actually what we're going to be doing. So now let's go and have a break. Okay, that's number 9. Yes, you're right. That's number 1. Here's number 5. Here's number 6. Here's number 7. So while you guys are on the break, I will complete this architecture. While you come, I will explain it, and then we'll move. All right. So let's go on our 10 minutes break.
The head don't knock. Oh, wow.
So I'm trying to design to put all those things in place, all that we have already talked about in place. Okay, so let me complete the diagram so we can quickly start the deployment. So this is my router, and this is my routing table. All right, so I have the routing table. The router is always, sometimes it's invisible. You cannot make it invisible. What we always see is the routing table. So I'll just put it by the side like this. It's a routing table that contains the destination, all those, right? So now from here, we can see, let me exclude this. Let me remove this so we can see this in full. Now, guys, if you look at this now, we have this to be our AWS account. Under our AWS account, we have a VPC. Okay? Are we there? Can we hear me, everyone?
Yes, we can, sir.
Good. So we have a VPC. Now, we have what we call availability zones. Availability zones are the locations, right? Like in every region, when you are trying to create your VPC, and you need to select a particular region where you need to create your VPC. Now, let me log into my AWS account, so we can start from there. So I think I have an active AWS account already. So let me log in there so we can just look at the VPC section. Okay, this is my AWS account. Now let me go to the VPC side because this is the EC2 instance side. Let me go to the VPC side. Okay, I type here VPC. Okay, so we get to VPC, we open the VPC page. So here is our VPC page. All right, so when we come to your VPC, you will always see what we call the default VPC. So here is the default VPC, but this is not what we are looking at to work with, right? We are going to create our own VPC. All right. So this is how you see it. This is a VPC dashboard. When we come, this is actually how you see it. This is a VPC dashboard. When we click on our own VPC, here you are seeing it, your VPC. I have to create a new VPC. Create a new VPC. If I come to create a new VPC, to ask me, create VPC only or create VPC with and more. Do I want to create a VPC with more, or I just want to create only VPC? For now, I need to create only a VPC. When you are about to create a VPC, they will ask you to put what? CIDR block. Remember, IPv4 CIDR block. So this time I'm going to put like 192.168. Let's say .0.0/16. Okay. like 16. This is CIDR, like I told you guys that this stands for classless inter-domain routing. Classless inter-domain routing. That's what this thing stands for. So I will come and select the block. Do I want it to support IPv6 as well? I say no, no IPv6. But if you want it, you can select it. The tenancy default, leave it at default. So I'll now come and say create VPC. So now my VPC have been created. VPC have been created. I've created VPC already. So this is now my VPC detail. Okay. Let's go here. You will see that this is my VPC. All right. So I will also delete it. This is the VPC I created now. Let me also kill it and delete it as well. So we can see I will create it again. I'm going to delete it and recreate it again. Now I'm going to click again to create. So this is the VPC again. So only VPC, right? So here, look at the name. This is the name tag. It's option. You can put it or you can leave it. So but this time I'm going to put it as what? Lover enterprise cloud. I think that's what the person said. So we're going to put 192.168.0.0/16. So it can accommodate other things. Now, tenancy, everything is okay. I'll say create. So now we have our VPC called Love what? Enterprise Cloud. Let's go to all VPC. You can see the VPC name. When we click on the VPC, we can see details of the VPC. The detail of the VPC will come up like this. You can see the detail. This is the VPC ID. This is the VPC tenancy. This is the VPC default DNS resolution is enabled. This is the public IP address, DNS host name, and everything. Whenever you create a VPC, automatically a routing table will be created for that VPC. I say whenever you create a VPC, there will always what? A routing what? A routing what? Table that will be created for that VPC. I click here and then I'll stick here. Let me see if there's a route that has been created for this VPC right now. Which VPC is this? Okay, this is which okay, wait, let me see. Okay, yes. Okay, this one do not create any route table for us. I think because we did not select, we say VPC only, okay? That's why I did not select. But when you create this one, it will create a lot of things for you, including route table here and everything, all right? So, but if you are using Terraform to create VPC, it will also create a routing table for you. Just have that in mind. So now we have created VPC. So let's go back to our diagram. So what we have done is that we have created what? We just created what? VPC, okay? We just created what? VPC, which is this blue one, right? That's what we did. And now, which region did we create the VPC? Which region did we create the VPC? Let's go back. Now, which region is this VPC located? This VPC we just created now. This VPC created in this region called what? United States what? United States, not Virginia. That's the location. If you want, you can select. Now, this is the location we created it. Now, let us see if we select OI. Can we still see the VPC? The answer is no. The VPC is not seen in this region. So we did not create this. So some of you will now come and create a VPC. And you will now search. I just created VPC now. I can't see the VPC I just created. What is happening? I just created VPC. I can't see my VPC. What is happening? Did it disappear? My dear, go to the region and check. You have changed what? Region. Are you there? So let's go back to North Virginia and we can see our VPC in that location. Can we now see our VPC here? Can we see our VPC we have created? Are we there? Can we see our VPC? The next thing, again, I'm not hearing you guys. The next thing, again, is that we need to create what? Let's go to our diagram. We need to create internet gateway because we need to bring internet to the VPC. All right, let us create internet gateway. So internet is like a modem, like I said, right? A modem, we are bringing internet gateway. We need to create a new internet gateway. So what is going to be our internet gateway? We can call it what? Internet IGW. That is short form for internet gateway. So what's the name of our company is what? Love what?
Love
Enterprise.
Enterprises.
Cloud.
So we create it. Now we just created a modem. All right, so it's internet gateway. But the internet gateway have not been attached. Can you see? It's detached. So it has not been attached to a what? A VPC, right? Just like you bought a modem, but you have not attached this modem to this organization, right? So you need to connect it, all right? We need to do what? We need to connect it. So we have to connect it to the VPC, right? So what we'll do is I'll highlight this, we'll highlight it, and then you can see where it say action. Click on action. Can you see attached to VPC? Can you see attached to VPC, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You click there, it will search for the VPCs. Can you see the VPC we have here is what? Love what? Enterprise.
Enterprise Cloud.
But before we attach it, let me show you something. Under the VPC section, let's go to the VPC section. If you come to VPC, there's a called resource map. If you click on resource map, you see that we just have what? VPC. Can you see we have VPC? But it's just alone, right? It have not been, no subnet, no route table, right? Just have VPC, right? No route table and no this thing, all right? So nothing has been attached to. We are going to create a internet gateway. We have already created, let us attach it by going to here, attach VPC. We select the VPC, we want to attach, and see attach. So we've now attached this to a VPC. So we click on it, you will see the information about it. This is the detail of the internet gateway, that is the ID, right? And here is the VPC ID that it has been attached, right? Good, you have seen it. So right now we have already attached from our diagram, we have attached the internet gateway, which is this one now. We have attached it to the VPC. That's what we just placed here. We have attached it. The next is what? To bring what? A routing table for the VPC. For the routing table, we come to the routing table. This one is the default. Oh, like I said, we have this routing table already, which have been created, and you see it have been attached to, this is route table, right? Like I said, when you create a VPC, you can see it will come with a routing table. Do we get that? So you see that when I created a VPC, there's a routing table that comes along with it. So what I will do is that I have to name it, okay? I'll name it what? Route table, right? Our love enterprise cloud, okay? So just name it, this is the name we're using. So Love Enterprise Cloud. So this is the name of our route table. Now, if you come to route table, right? So this is our detail of the route table, and this is the VPC that is attached to. You can see it here. It is the main route table because you can have multiple route table. Now, there's something called route. Route is the destination that we need to know. So how many destinations do we know here? How many destinations do we know here? How many destinations did this route table know here? Only what? One destination. If you want, you can add as many destinations as possible by adding routes. Add another route, 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 so that the router can know how to get to different what? Destinations. Are you there? You can add another route, add another route. It will add a lot of destinations to go to. You can still remove them all because we don't have any destination now. No problem. You can just remove it. Do we get it now?
Yes.
Do we get it now?
Yes.
So right now,
Yes.
what this destination is have here now is saying that locally you can do what? Connect to anybody in the network. That's what it means. Look at here. Remember when I say that here we have a router. A router is here. and everybody in the network can communicate with themselves, right? Everybody, like
Yes.
say somebody from the IT can talk to somebody at the what? At this level, right? So that route you are seeing there, that is there by default, that route table you are seeing there is the route table. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Okay. Excuse me, please. A minute, a sec.
I love.
Must you say it?
Don't mind her.
All right, back to business. Business first. Yes. All right. So we say here we have what? We have the IT department that need to talk to the marketing department. So the marketing department, like we say, need to go through the router. So when you create a VPC and create a routing table, automatically the routing table will come with what? The default, which is like a local route. Local route, right? Local route is like telling us how to get to any destination at all. Local route, local route, local route, right? So if you delete that local route, it's possible you can delete the local route, but once you delete the local route, what does it mean? It means that nobody can communicate with anybody here. That's what it means. Nobody can talk to anybody. That's what it means. Okay, let's go back. So we go back to our, I just increased this my mouse, right? So that you guys can see my mouse movement, right? So if you notice the change, I purposely did it. So back to our stuff, right? We've seen that we have a route. A local route is already in our route table, right? That's the only local route that's here. So what it means is that from our route table, we can connect to any person can talk to themselves, right? Any network can talk to themselves. We are still going to talk about the network. Any network at all can talk to themselves. We are going to, these are like different subnets, okay? This thing I'm putting here now, they are like subnets, like those departments. We can call this one now IT department. You can call this one HR department. This one, this one, that, all right? So like that's subnets, right? You can increase them and add more subnets and all that, but I don't want to do that. So after that, what next are we saying we are going to be creating based on what we say here? After routing table, we need to do what? Create what? Create subnets, right?
Subnet.
So the first subnet we're going to create here, instead of calling it HR and all this subnet, because you guys I've used this thing to show you guys a touch. I use this thing to show you guys a touch of what it means, right? But in a real sense, in the cloud, nobody's doing it, IT department, financial department, and all those things, right? We just use it to host our application. We can name it backend application, front-end application, database network, and all that, right? So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to create just 2 subnets. So I'm going to name the subnets 2 subnets. I'm going to create 2 subnets. All right. So by default, these are the subnets that have been created, but this is not associated to our VPC. You see that the VPC is another different type of VPC. It's not our own, right? So you can see all of them. That is the default VPC that was created by default. So we have to create our own subnets. If you come here to create our subnet, you have to select the VPC. So which VPC are we going to select here? Is it the default VPC or Love Enterprise VPC? Which one?
Love Enterprise.
Love
Thank you.
enterprise.
All right. So if you check Love Enterprise VPC, so we have to subnet this thing, right? We have to subnet it. We subnet it, and then we put what? Divide it into maybe into 4, or into 5, or into multiple, and then select the one we want. So here we can just put what? No need of subnetting. Just put a /24/24, right? For every store. So we start with what? We call it what? Let's say we call it IT. So stuff of what to follow. IT, let me call it IT department. For now, IT department, right? So the availability zone. So what is availability zone actually? So when you come to a region, like I said the other time, when you come to a region like in Nigeria, right? Nigeria. So if say that AWS want to provision their infrastructure in Nigeria, they will find 3 availability zones, at least 3 availability zones. So one availability zone may be in one of the hottest places in Nigeria, let's say Lagos. Okay. Another availability zone they split with in what? In Port Harcourt.
Abuja.
And they put in Abuja.
Okay.
All right. Abuja. ABJ. All right. So they put this in. So why and they will use fiber to connect everything together. Okay.
Yeah.
Connect them together. Okay. So why they are connecting it in case is what? Anyone fail. Let's say you deploy your infrastructure here and you want to deploy it, you deploy it here as well. You deploy it as well. So in case this one failed, maybe because of riot, fire outbreak, when fire,
Up to the next
all right,
one.
it will automatically switch to the next one. If this one break out well, they will, as well as they are break, if this one break, they will start fixing this one. And you will be using this. As you are using this one, they will be building this one. This is what we call the solution we use to mitigate over what? High availability. What? High availability. Right? This is what we call high availability or fault tolerance. Fault tolerance. Fault tolerance. So that in case any fault happens, you can do what? You can switch over. They provision it for you does not mean that you don't have another work to do, because this is their own responsibility to make the availability zones available. Okay, their own is to make the availability zone what? Available. But you are the one to do what? Provision your virtual machine 1, 2, and 3. You see what they are doing? You provision your virtual machine in 1, so in case anything happens to this one, you'll be there. But if you did not provision it, I know it's going to be cost. Let's say you're paying £20 or $20 here every month. It's the same thing here. You're going to be paying like 20 every month, 20 every month. In total, you have what? 60 every month. Okay. Now, suppose what's the essence of wasting this money? Let me just have one here. What about if something happened to this one now? That means you're out of business. Your customers will be leave immediately. So you have to weigh the balance, all right? And wait, which one is more preferable? Which one are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to sacrifice paying heavy money, or are you going to sacrifice the performance or the fault tolerance or the availability and then switch over to make more money? So now you sabi. But if you provision just one, don't blame AWS when this thing fail. And you be asking, what nonsense? This AWS self, they are messed up. They are this one. They have already made available things for you. Now they dull this time. Okay? So that's what we call availability zone. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to go and then create, this is our VPC. I think we have selected our VPC, right? So we are going to be selecting, so this first subnet, this is our VPC stuff. So we're going to be selecting 192.168. If you check here, the thing has already divided here. It says we should use /20, but I'm not going to be using /20. I'm going to be using /192.168.0.0/24. If you want, you can still reduce it to /25, /26, or increase it as case may be if you want. All right, you can change this. You can see it's changing. You can change so anyhow you want it. So the first one, I'm going to give it /0.0/24. So now this is for IT department. Then I'll come and click what? Create. So I have created my first subnet. My first subnet, I call it what? IT department. Good. IT department. That's my first subnet. Okay. Now, if you go back to our VPC, let's go to our VPC and we check the resource map. If you check now, you see that inside my VPC, I have one subnet called what? IT department. And if see IT department is connected to a route table. Okay, it's associated to a route table. Now let's go to route table and check the route table. Here is the route table. Here is the stuff, and let us check association. So this route table need to have the the subnet we just created inside so that it can be able to route information, right? After creating the subnet, make sure you add it, you associate it. Like associate means what? Add the subnet to the route table. Add the subnet to the route table. That's what it means. If you do not add the subnet to the route table, the subnet cannot be able, anybody here cannot be able to use any route that the route table has. So we are going to say edit. We go to here, we say edit what? Subnet associate. We click on it. We see we want to associate. We click this thing and then save it. So now we have associated it. We click on associate. We now see that stuff have been associated, right? So if we come here, you see the ones that I have not associated. These are subnet without explicit associate. Now this one is what? With explicit what? Associate. So now the subnet is inside that what? Route table. So that's it now. Then if you want to create another subnet again, you can go back and create the second subnet. You can come here, you can see that we have created this one now. And if you check the VPC that we can see it here, which VPC is this subnet associated to? Which VPC is what? Cloud, Love Enterprise Cloud. Are we there?
Yeah.
And you can see all these ones are not associated to this one. All right. So these are our VPC. So we can create another subnet again. If we try to create, select the VPC we want to put it inside is this one. And then we can put the name. This time we can just put it to a HR, right? HR department, right? Depart. So we select the availability zone. If you do not select availability zone, it will put any availability zone for you, okay? So let's put it to A, because the other one is in B. Then this one is the subnet. We have to put it to what? 192.168.168 dot what? Dot 0.0/24. Now, I have done this before. If you want to create this again, it will throw error. Why? Because we assigned this one to the previous one, okay?
That's it.
We have assigned this one to the previous one, which is the IT department. So I have to change it to 1, okay? So now 1 is another different network. Are we there? So I will now do what? Create. So we now have what? HR department. So if I untick this, you will see the 2 subnets. So now what will I do now? After I've created this now, I need to add it to the route, right? I need to add it to the route. Are you there? I need to add it to the route. So what I do is that I have to go to route table and associate it. Because if I click on this route associate, can you see that it's only one that have been associated? One have been associated, which is this IT department. But another one is waiting, right? Outside. Another one is outside, right? So we need to associate this one as well. Okay? How do we associate now? Who can guide me? How do we associate now? Who can guide me?
You must edit the sub associate.
Rightly. We have to edit this one, and then we can add this. You can see 2 of them are there now. Save it. So, which is to say, they have been associated. Look at them, 2 of them are here now. So there's no more one here. If you create another subnet again, it will appear here. Then you have to move it to this location. Then you have already associated it. Okay? So association means that you have created and you have attached it to the route table. Look at it here. If you did not associate it, that means you have not connected it to the route table. That is this line you are seeing. Okay? That's this line you are seeing. So what we have done is that we associated it by connecting to this, right? That's what we just did. And then connected this one as well. That's what we call that association. Okay? That we just connected like this. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we just did. Okay? Are we good? Are we good? So
Yes,
this first one, let us rename this one. Let's rename this to IT depart. Good. And then we name this one to HR departs. Okay. So that's actually what we have now. Okay. Now we have seen the flow, and they remember that this is also connected, a route table. We need to now finally connect our route table, internet gateway, to the router. Okay. Are we there? We need to connect our gateway to this particular one so that anybody that needs to go outside will go through the what? Internet gateway. Are we there? Anybody that wants to go out will go through the internet gateway. Actually, it's supposed to go this way. It's supposed to be like this. Upwards. Like this. Upwards. So now we go to our route internet gateway. This is our internet gateway route. Now this is our route table. We're going to go to our route and we create another route. This is a local route. So let's move to this and show you what I'm trying to do now. What I'm trying to do now is this. Previously, we see that we can actually move from here. Okay, let me bring something closer. We can move from here. Let me bring this black. We can move from here down to this, down from here, and then we'll go to any of this network, right? But we cannot go outside. What about if you have somebody here that we want to visit? We cannot go outside. That is where they connecting the modem, right? The modem and the router plays, right? Because if you connect the modem and the router, somebody can do what? Can go outside. Are you there? Can go outside and so come back. Are we there? Because if the modem is not there, nobody can go outside. Is that not true?
Yes.
So the outside IP address is 0.0.0.0/0. What does this mean? All IP address in the whole world is in this 0.0.0.0, okay? /0. So if we put this route inside the router and say when anybody wants to go to any address that is not in this address here, take the person through where? Take the person through where? Should the person return back? No, but rather the person should go where? Go through this place and go out. Because definitely that IP address is not in this local network. Do we get it now? The IP address is not in the local network. Let me repeat. Somebody wants to go outside, right, to a particular location that is not, because I told you that we have a routing table here. A routing table that have what? Address of all these what? All this network here. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. All of them are inside the routing table, right? Like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That is 192.168.10.2. Now, what about if somebody wants to go to 172.10.200.4? This is a public IP address. This is .10. Oh, it's not 16.10. So it's public IP address. If somebody wants to go there, is the address in this private network? Is it in this private network?
No.
No.
Good. In this case, we need to tell the router. We cannot add all the whole IP address in the routing table, all right? Because the routing table will be very big. Is that not it? The routing memory cannot contain all the whole address in the whole universe. Are we there? We cannot contain it. All we do is we use a wildcard map, a wildcard. A wildcard is a card that a label that contains all address you can ever think of in the whole world. So what's that label? Is 0.0.0.0. Okay? So meaning all IP address, right, which the router do not have in the local network. Any address that aside these ones, please go through this. Any IP address, please go through this link and go out. Because this is one network, one big network, and this is another network, right? I told you this is a 1, 2 network, 3 network, 4 network, 5 network, 6 network, and what? And this one making it 7, okay? So if I want to go to this network or this network from here, I'll go from here and come back and go to this one. But what about if I want to go to this network outside the internet? I'll go from here to this location and I will ask the router, did you know where I can get this 192.10.200.4? The router say, actually, it's not in your local network, yes, but you can get through to that place through your modem, all right? Your modem. So he will forward that traffic to the modem. The modem will help him reach that network, all right? And then come back again. So that's actually why the modem is there. So what I'm trying to tell you about the CIDR block. So we are meant to configure our router, our route table to connect. So what we do is that we go to this location, we go to and then we come to our route, we go to this location and then add a new route. So which IP address are we going to add? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Which one are we going to add now? At 0.0.0.0. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, added it.
Wow.
Which target, which location are we going to move from? Which location?
HTTP.
No, we are going to go through the internet gateway. Can we see
Gateway,
internet
yeah.
gateway?
Internet gateway.
We click it and search for our internet gateway, which is this one.
Love.
What it means is that any route, any traffic that is not our local traffic, please push it to the internet gateway.
Move out.
You should go through internet gateway and go out to the internet, okay? But anyone that is within our internet, should it go into internet gateway? No, it should go
No,
to
sir.
internet. So that's how we added it. So we say save. Now, how many routes do we have now? How many routes do we have now?
2.
2. So any route that is within the local network should be local. But any route that is outside, that is not found locally, should go outside through where? To the internet
gateway.
Gateway.
So that is how this architecture is being drawn. Any route somebody is trying to reach out is go through this and go out. Okay? So now we have achieved the solution. So right now we have almost done with our setup. So the next is the NACOS. This is what? Network Access Control List, like external firewall. Now it's going to block people coming in and going out. So when we come down, we have done with VPC. We can expand this one. Then you can now see what we call security. Can we see security?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Under security, we expand it. You can see what we call. Under security, we have 2 types of security here. You can see we have what? Network Access Control List and what? Security
Groups.
Then we click on Network Access Control List. Now, we have this one by default. This one was created by default. And when we created this thing, there is a new one that was created for our VPC. You can see it here. This one was the one that was created because if you see, it's attached to our VPC, right? Look at it here. So it was created by default for us, okay? So what we do, we'll make use of it. Let us rename it and call it what? Security Guard. Right? We save it. Then we now have this security. Now, when we come open it, there is one thing you should know. There's 2 types of what? Traffic, right? Inbound traffic and what? Outbound traffic. All right? inbound and what? Outbound. What is inbound? Let's say you have a house, right? You have a house and there is a gate here. Okay? There is a gate here that's open and close. Okay? And there's a security guy here that always allow people in and out. So when a guy is trying to come to your house, all right, as he's coming in, right, he's coming towards this building, right? This is what we call inbound. Okay? I said it's called what? Inbound.
On.
It's coming to your network. So what is this guy going to do? If this guy is sleeping and the gate is widely open, will you bother calling him to wake up and hold you and secure you and block you? Will you bother calling him to wake up and block you?
No.
Just going.
You just allow him to continue sleeping. Then you go inside and do what's your thing. And when you are going back, you also gingerly leave so that you will not wake him up. So that is how it is. Some of you are smiling now because when you go now and configure, you configure your security guard as a security man sleeping. So you have to be careful and pay attention now so you know how to secure your network. So when this guy is coming in, it's called inbound. Now, what about outbound? Outbound means you as the owner of the house. Do you need, when you are going out, do you need the security guy to also secure you? Say, my dear, the owner, which is the MD or the CEO or the landlord, the security guy, which is the outside man guiding your house. Oga, where are you going? My dear, let me go to the shop and buy and open my shop. Oga, you're not going out today. Oga, you're not going. I say, Oga, go back. Can the security guy do that?
No.
Which
Not
means
at all.
when you are leaving, it's called what? Outbound. Are you there? So we have what? Inbound, and what? Outbound.
Outbound.
This is what we call traffic what? Traffic direction. Right? The traffic what? Traffic direction. So inbound and what? And the outbound. Now, this inbound, another name for this inbound is called ingress. Can we say ingress?
Ingress.
Ingress. It's called ingress. Then this one that is out, okay, this one that is going out is called egress. Okay, so if you cannot remember the ingress and egress, use the inside as this and exit. Exit. You are exiting. Exiting. You leave. It's called exiting. Outbound, exiting. Okay, so and then the two rules that the security guy understand is what? Two language. All right, deny and what? Allow. Can we say deny and allow?
Deny.
Deny and allow.
Good. If you want him, you will say, Mr. Man, if Madam Mama Nkechi is coming, please don't allow her to come here. Don't tell her I am in.
Around.
Tell her I'm not around, and don't allow her to come inside my compound. Did you hear? If I see her near my compound, you will lose that day you will lose your job. He said, yes, sir. Now, what it means that you created what? A list of what? A rule. Rule. Right? Call it what? Rule. And you have put the rule inside his head. All right? Inside his head. So when And the rule said Madam Kechi coming should be what? Should not be allowed. But if other persons that are not Madam Kechi, I think they can come in, right? Can they come in? Other people that are not Madam Kechi, can they come in according to the law, according to the rule?
No.
Somebody saying no.
Yes.
Yes. Only Madam
Yes.
Only
Other
Madam.
people can come in, except
Good.
Madam Ikechi.
Exactly. So when Madam Kechi is not coming now, the man will come and say, excuse me, ma, please, Mr. Our MD is not available. Please come later. Then Madam will turn back. And if she wants to force herself in, the security guy will not allow her. Okay, so that's what deny. But other people should be what? Allowed to come in.
Allowed.
All right. So that's all about what? Traffic. So we'll come here. I want to implement, so we can come and say, if we want to put people that don't want to come inside our environment, we come here. You can see by default, that's what called rule number what? 100. We say all traffic should be what? All traffic. This one is addressing all traffic, right? And this one is saying all traffic, all ports, all address. All addresses are what? Allowed. I can also see all traffic, all address, all this one, deny. Now, in firewall goes from top to bottom, up to down, top to down, okay? So what it means that it first of all read the first rule before it moves to the second rule. Are we there? To the second rule. After reading the second rule, it moves down to the what? To the third what? The third rule. So how do we arrange the rules? We arrange the rules by what? Priority number, which is like rule number. If the rule is small, the smaller the rule, the priority, right? It is. So let's say we have rule 100. Rule 100 will be on top. Rule 200 will be below. Rule 300 will be below. All right? That is how the rule goes. So if you say Mama Nkechi should not be allowed, I will put it here as rule 1. Eh? And every other person should be allowed. Everybody in the whole world can be allowed. We put it as rule what? Rule 200. And say everybody should be blocked. Rule what? 300.
300.
And the security man is taking the rule like this. Now, Madam Kechi, every other person will be coming. Everybody will be coming. The rule will first of all check. Is Madam Kechi in that rule? Are they Madam Kechi? Are they Madam Kechi? If they are not Madam Kechi, it will do what? Allow them to go inside. Because this rule number 1 have been executed, but it doesn't match anybody coming. Okay? Then, and it will go. Now, let's say we have deleted this rule. We deleted this rule. Which rule is this one? This rule say block everybody, which is deny everybody, all right? This one is denying Madam Kechi alone. This one is denying what? Everybody. Now, everybody is now coming in. Are they going to enter?
No.
Are they going to enter the network?
No.
No.
The answer is no, because Madam Kechi is also blocked. Everybody is also blocked. The one that is allowing everybody, which is 200, have been what? Removed.
I passed.
So which means that everybody will be what?
Denied. Blocked.
Including Madam Nkechi.
Down.
Now let's say we come here, right? We allow everybody in. Then we come here and change this one to 200. Bring 200 upwards and bring Madam Nkechi down here. This is Madam Nkechi now. If Madam Nkechi is coming, Will she be allowed or blocked?
Allow.
Why did you say Madam
Oh.
Kechi will be allowed? You are right, too. But why did you say Madam
Yes.
Kechi will be allowed?
Because they've changed the rule or something.
Yes, it's because the first rule that say allow everybody. Madam Nkechi is inside that. So the firewall first I will read it. When it read it, it will allow everybody, including Madam Nkechi. It will not even go back and read this one. Okay? But since it allowed Madam Nkechi, this one is still active. But why is it? It's because it's still low. It's below. It's below. Okay? So what you need to do is to ensure that it comes up. Okay? Then this one will now go down.
Then Madam Kechi will not come.
So now Madam Kechi will now be blocked. Do we get it now?
Yes.
So we can come here and create your rule. How do you create your rule? You come here. So we can change this thing now. By default, you can see everybody is allowed. Are we seeing it?
Because you're not lying down. Do you want to poo-poo?
Who is that? Who is that? Poo-pooing? Who is that? So we see that everybody is allowed. So we can remove this is a wrong configuration, okay? Don't do this. Don't do this. This is a mistake. But this is a default configuration coming up. But you need to do what? Edit it and change it to block everything. Or you can possibly remove it like this. Save it. Okay? You have removed all rules. Can you see? Everything is what deny. Okay? This how it's, What does this mean now? Nobody is coming in.
Nobody's coming in.
Nobody, even you, self, you can't come in. Now, guy, if you have blocked everywhere, okay, you want to tighten your security to make sure that nobody is coming in. You know, you cannot even enter this VPC too. Yourself cannot even enter this VPC. Remember, this VPC is a virtual environment. It's an enterprise network, right? You yourself have been blocked as well. You blocked yourself. So what do you do to allow yourself? So for you now that is coming in and going out, you have to check what is my IP address. What is my what?
IP address.
Public IP. Okay, you will search your public IP address. You will get it. You are trying to get your public IP address like this to detect my public address. It will search your public. This is my public IP address. I'll pick my public IP address, right? This is my public IP address. I'll go back to that network and I'll create a rule that will allow only my public IP address. You see? I'll name it rule 100. I'll say custom, allow all traffic to whose address? Source. Only my IP address should be allowed. Save it. Okay, /32. Save it. Can we see that I have allowed what? I've allowed only myself can come in and come in. Are we there?
Yes.
Only
Yes,
myself is coming in. No other person can come into this network. Only myself. Can you see how I now protected the entire network? For now, any other person that I want to allow, I can allow the person. So I've created this rule and I want it to apply to some subnets in the network. I can come to network associate. Can you see network associate?
Yes.
Network associate. If you click it now, these are the networks that it is associated to. So this is network that is going to be implemented. So any network that is not here, right, is what? Vulnerable. Any network that is not here is not protected. Okay, this is us now adding the network to the umbrella of that what? Security guide. Do we get it now?
Yes.
That is what it is. I hope you are getting it now, Ba.
So
Right. The last one is going to be our security group, which is for the internal network.
Well,
Yes, internal firewall. So what we do is that we have to create a virtual machine. We need to create a virtual machine, but before we create a virtual machine, we have to define how we want to secure the virtual machine. Now we come here. See, this is a virtual machine security group. So you can see none have been created. None have been created. This is the ones I created when I was creating another VPC. So I'm going to click here to create a subnet. Okay. I'll click here and come to create a subnet. All right. Okay. I'll come here and create what? A subnet, a VPC. What's this? This is a security group. I call it Windows Security Group. Okay. Windows what? Security Group. I can name it, describe it. This is to allow me access my Windows server. Okay. I'll just select the security, the network, and then I'll add the rule. Can you see? Add rule. Add rule. I'll add rule. Allow all traffic. I'll say allow all traffic. My IP. Can you see my IP? If you click my IP, it will detect your IP address. Can you see it detected my public IP address? I will save it. For outbound, this is outbound. Can you see? I will have outbound rule and we have inbound rule, right? So outbound rule is going to allow me to go to any place I want to go. But coming in is only me that can come in. But if I want to go anywhere, I can go anywhere. Can you see? That's what it means. I will save it. You can see I've saved it now. Let's see the security group that I just created. Inbound is only me that will come in. Can you see the security group? Only me that come in to this, right? This is my public IP address. I'll put the name. I can put in allow only me, right? Allow only me. So this is it. Now, finally, I will now go and create a virtual machine. So the virtual machine that can sit, we can access, right? I'll create a virtual machine. So for us to create a virtual machine, we come to, there we are at the VPC level. We come to the EC2 instance. We open EC2, right-click, open EC2 in another window. Then we'll come here, and then we'll click what? We create a VPC. Okay. We will create a launch an instance. If you click on launch an instance, we are trying to create a virtual machine, okay? And we want to create a Windows virtual machine. If I finish this particular
class.
Who is that? So look at this. Who is that, please? Please, can you mute? So I'll click here to create a Windows machine. I'll call it desktop. Desktop computer. Okay? Desktop cloud computer. Cloud computer. That's the name. So I'll come here and select the key I want to use, but you need to create a key. Select and create a key because I need to use the key to unlock it. My key. That's my key 1. And I'll save the key. I'll save the key. And I'll come here under the network section. I'll edit it. I'll edit. Okay, it's trying to save. The key is trying to save actually. The key I just created is trying to save. So I will locate where I need to save it. On document, that's where I need to save it. Document. Let's wait. This is document. I'll save it at there. I will now come to network and edit the network. Okay. I'll come to this network and I will edit the network. Now come to network, I'll select the subnet, which is the VPC that I need to position that, deploy that virtual machine. I'll click the network and I'll come here, click the subnet. Which subnet do I want to put it? IT or HR? Where do we want us to put it? HR or IT? Which one do we want us to put it? HR or IT? Okay, let's go with HR, right? Let us go with IT, Then we can give it a public IP address because we need to access the server from outside. We select what? Enable public IP address. Then what our security group? The firewall we talked about, right? Which is security group. We have to select the one we created when we were creating, right? We have to select it, which is this one. You come here, you see that we created a group called what? Windows Security Group. Select it, right? And then we can give it volume. How many storage do you want to give it? You can say 30 or 20 gig storage, okay? Then let me come down and give the type of virtual machine that I want to create, the type of instance. T2 medium is 1 gig RAM. I can change it to like something like bigger RAM, like kind of 4 gig RAM or thereabout. I want to select T2 medium so that it can be a little bit bigger because this one is very tiny. So that I'll just load it Windows. Now, if you come to application/OS, right? I'll expand this one so I can select. You can see it's showing me Amazon Linux, Mac, that is Mac operating system. If you want to install MacBook, Apple laptop, Ubuntu, Windows. I want to use Windows. I'll click on Windows, and then it will select the image ID. Say confirm it. Then I will now deploy Windows. But please, if you deploy this thing and test everything, just delete it, all right? Because if you deploy Windows, right, they will charge you, okay? After I've created this thing, then we can start taking your questions. So we will create this. You say this is not allowed. Oh, T2 medium is not allowed here. I'll select T2. I'll select the small one anyway. T2 medium, T2. Okay, this one is one they are giving us. I'll just select this one, after which I will delete it. Let me see the one is going to select. Okay, it's okay with this one. Okay, then I will now create the instance, okay? I will launch the instance. This is how I launch it. Click on launch. It will start creating the Windows server, okay? The Windows. It will start creating the Windows. All right, so we are still going to do this for other machines like Ubuntu and others. So you can see the Windows have been launched. Look at it here. The Windows have been launched. This one was the one I launched before, but I stopped it. But this one you can see is running. Now that the thing is initializing, you can see initializing, you just give it a little time, but it's fast. You can just deploy immediately. So you can see the public IP address. Look at it here. Public IP address, right? And this is a private IP address. So from my side now, I can log into this computer from here, from my computer. I can log into this computer. For logging into my Windows computers on the cloud, that is a particular tool we call RDP. We call it RDP, call it Remote Desktop Connection. Remote Desktop, RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP, okay? Look at it, Remote Desktop Connection. So this is used to connect desktop that are outside your own local system. Any computer that is outside, you want to make connection to, right? You can see this is where we can put the connection here. But what I do is that before I put this here, I'll just go and click on connect. If I click on connect, it will take me to connect. You can say section manager, or I want to use RDP client. I want to use RDP client. If I click on RDP client, it will ask me to download the RDP file. If I click on download it, it will download it as an administrator. You can see it will download it. Then when it downloads it, I just click on it. It will open that RDP connection, and boom, I'm in. Then I'll save this now. I'll save it in the same location that is in that desktop. That's my desktop, my document. I'll save the file, and then it will download. It will download here. Then after the downloading, you can see it has already been downloaded. Look at it here, it has been downloaded. Look at it here. So I'll click on it, right? Immediately I click on it, it will now open, right? Okay. So it will now open. I'll be able to log in to the computer in the cloud. All right. Let me just go back. Okay, I'll log into the computer in the cloud. It's still opening. Let's see. Look at it here. I'll open it. All right, so it will start opening. All right, so guys, so that is where we will stop today. So this is what we did. We just we created a computer. All right, okay, this is the application. I think it's open. Look at it here. Right, you can say, if you say connect, right, it will now open the desktop. Look at it here. It's opening. Look at it. It's opening. It's connecting us to the cloud. And remember that my IP address was allowed to connect, right? If my IP address is not allowed, I can't connect. Oh, it's saying remote can't connect to the network for this reason. Remote this, blah, blah, blah. The reason is there is issue with this connection. So possibly maybe the connection I did on my security was wrong or something. So we can also review security group. Look at it here.
Or
This guy
perhaps,
is using a different security group, okay? So what I can do now is I selected a different security group when I was creating it. That's the problem. So what I'll do is that I will go to action and security. I will change the security group. That security group, I'll remove this one and put the one I created, which is this Windows, which is this one. I'll add it. Look at it. I'll save it. Okay, I'll save it. Then I can try again and connect. I'll try again and connect. So it will not connect now because I was using the wrong security group. So that was the reason why it did not connect in the first place. So I'm trying to connect again. So it's trying to connect again. Because my IP address is mapped to that security group, it was supposed to connect because the stuff is on. Okay. If it doesn't connect, I will download that RDP again. The RDP, because this one is like it contains the previous security group. I'll download it. Now, so guys, this is where we'll stop for today. I'll give us 10 minutes to ask questions. Then when we have our Saturday section, I think we have to look at some other deeper questions that we may have. So I will allow you to go and watch the video. So when you watch the video, if you have any questions, you can jot them down and possibly we can look at them gradually. All right. So that's all for today's section. Chini, please let us take our questions. All right. Chini, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Engineer Smart. So we'll just take only 2 questions today, then
Okay.
others can write down their questions. So if you have any questions, you can raise up your hand if you're a co-host. Benjas, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you, Chini. Thank you, Engineer Smart, for the lecture. My
You're
question
welcome.
is just about deleting of the history instance. You say if we did not delete it, that they are going to charge us. So can you
Yes.
please show us how we are going to delete it? That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay. So now that I've finished this thing, I'll just go to the ECNT instance, right? You can see, let me refresh this. So here is the virtual machine running. Okay, this one is my personal project I'm working on. So this I can just go here to this instance state. I'll say I can stop it. I can delete, reboot it. I can terminate it. So if you stop it, right? Remember that you have storage. Under the storage, you have some volumes. So these volumes, if you stop it, the volumes did not stop. They still be charging you on this 30 gig volume. But you can just delete it, terminate it completely, and everything that comes with that VM, that virtual machine would be deleted like this. If you click it, it will start, it will be deleted, right? So you can see the virtual machine will be completely deleted within a space of time. So it first of all shut it down, and after shutting it down, it will terminate it. All right, so that's just how to do it. Okay, any other question?
All right, let me take one question from the chat. Someone is asking, okay, let me read it. Someone is asking, how do I create a firewall for Soho?
Firewall for Soho. So you can't do Soho on this environment because this is cloud, all right? So firewall for Soho is that you can implement such in your, you can add in like application security, your host-based firewalls, host-based firewall in your environment. That can help you to, host-based firewall can help you, right? Host-based firewall. So if you have your environment, your Soho, you have your router. So inside that router, you can configure firewall because there is a built-in firewall that comes with this router, that your MiFi or your TP-Link router or your MikroTik router. There are some firewall rules here. You can Google online the model of that router. You can see how to configure firewall. They are all there on the internet. If you come here and check YouTube, maybe say TP-Link, how to configure firewall on a TP-Link or in a MiFi. They will show you how to do all those things, right? Then you will use it and then implement it on your own. And that's how you can either configure people and restrict people from going to a particular website, restrict people from going to a particular location, Facebook, YouTube, and all that. You can restrict them. Everything will be implemented here. So this is like, you are not going to be installing a separate device like a firewall device, no, because this is a small environment, okay? So you'll be using the firewall that is being embedded in this your small router. That's what you can be able to do. All right, I think that's all.
Okay. All right.
All
I
right,
don't
so
know if we'll stop here or should I ask another one?
okay, yes, let us take one more question. Let's take one more question, then we can close.
Someone is asking, why did you mask the... Where is the question? Let me read that right. I think he's asking the sub, why did you mark the subnet with /24?
Why did you what?
Let me read out the question. I can't find the question again. Okay, why did you mask your public IP with /32?
Why did you mask your public with what?
IP
Okay, with /32.
/32.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that it can be go direct. It is for when you want to mask. All right, is you are directing to is one single IP address. So when you are masking to one single IP address, you use /24. Who is drawing? Who is drawing this thing? Who is drawing this thing? If you finish drawing, let me know.
Oh God, who is that?
Ogedengbe Funmilayo or something.
Why are you doing this? Okay, then what's your name?
Ogedengbe Funmilayo or something.
Who is that
Who is
one?
drawing? Okay, Chine, please close the class. All right, let's see next class, please. Thank you.
All right.
Can't be doing this now.
All right.